Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Walmart exclusive Star Wars The Black Series Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary Retro Carded Clone Commander Cody. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging, and wow, this could almost be the 3 3/4 inch original figure, you know, in this packaging. I want to say maybe the bubble went up a little further, maybe, but I could be mistaken. It's been 20 years since I've seen that packaging, really, so I couldn't really tell you how this compares, other than this is how I remember the packaging. And you can see like the top of it, it's shaped like Darth Vader's helmet, and you can't really see it because of Cody, but it's Darth Vader. He's kind of looking down, and then, you know, you've got this lava stuff going on behind Cody there, and then Obi-Wan and Anakin having their duel there. And then here, you know, in the blister, you can see Cody and his accessories, everything except for Cody's feet. And then here's a scene from the movie where Sidious is giving Cody Order 66. Clone Commander Cody, it says right there, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. There is the assortment number if you need that for any reason. 4 and up. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On the back here, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, and again, a picture of Cody from the movie Clone Commander Cody. It says right there, celebrate the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith with figures from the Black Series featuring commemorative packaging. And then we've got a shot here of Cody getting Order 66, which I'm assuming is a digital render. It might not be, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then this right here it is again in some other languages. I don't read Star Wars The Black Series. Attention! Especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Includes figure and 3 accessories. Warning, attention, Octoon. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Hasbro print, Disney print, some kind of number there. And then small, fine, legalese made in China print. That, my friends, does it for this great, awesome throwback retro packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at the accessories. And first up, let's start off with his blaster. And this is something we've seen in the line before. It's not anything new. It does have nice molded details. It is molded not in black plastic, but like a kind of a gray with sparkly little bits in it. So, pretty standard clone fare. And then here we have his hologram of Darth Sidious. Execute Order 66, Commander Cody. And then it's got some paint app there on the bottom. And you can see some nice molded details that it is a hologram projector, as we have seen in Star Wars. And then it's molded in a translucent blue plastic to give it that hologram look. It looks pretty good. I would say it's, for the size of it, it's pretty good detail to it, and it's got little lines. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. There, maybe you can see that. Like the little hologram lines, textural detail in it. So that's pretty cool. Then his last accessory is his bucket or his helmet. And you can see it's got some nice paint apps going on it across the visor, on the visor, across the helmet there, the little vents on the side there, the T-visor, you know, the nose pieces, the comm pieces. It's got some little stripes there around those as well. Well, not really stripes, they're kind of pyramidal triangle shapes, aren't they? Tiger stripes. And then these little bit of, I don't think that's paint, I think that's glued on and it's molded in that color. And then stripe that runs around the back of the helmet too. And same with this piece, I think it's molded in that color and then it's glued on, because I can see a port right there for it. So overall, nice looking helmet. And I'm not gonna say it's proportional to his head, but it may be a little big. It may make the head look a little big. Once he has the helmet on, we'll see in a minute. Raise the camera up a little bit. Now let's take a look at the figure. And it looks like he's got some nice inkjet going on there for the face, at least for the eyes, possibly the eyebrows too. Looks like probably standard paint for the hair, but nice textural detail in there. And we may have seen this clone head before, but it's very nice. You can see he's got some mess going on there. His paint for his division and stuff is chipped, and he's seeing a lot of combat with his general, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Got some splotch going on there. On the backside though, it's pretty clean, and I don't know, that's a little weird. So got on his jetpack, he's got a little paint app there, and he's got a paint app here as well. And then on the belt, looks like there's some paint going on the backside of it anyway, maybe right there on the front side. And there's a little port right there in his belt, and I'm pretty sure what that's for. This isn't Obi-Wan's lightsaber. I'm pretty sure this is for that point in the Battle of Utapau when he finds Obi-Wan's lightsaber. He puts it to his belt until they run into each other right before Order 66. Got a little bit of paint right here, it looks like, for this antenna, and some paint here as well down the arms for the elbow pads or elbow armor. It's got this thing going on with the paint app around the arm. So overall, it was just the paint detail on this is pretty good. I'm liking this one so far. As far as the articulation goes, let's take a look. He looks up that high. It looks like a dumbbell with a ball at the bottom, but there's not a lot of range back there. And then forward only that far. He does have a little bit of chicken neck. He's got a little bit of waggle. He can do the full exorcist. Butterfly in the shoulder, it goes back that far, goes forward that far. At the shoulder rotates around 360 degrees. And let's see, the shoulder pad here is on that strap that goes down, and then the arm is pinned through it into the shoulder. So it does rotate around with the arm. Looks like I can get about that much lift out of the arm, so not even close to 90. Then I do believe, yes, there's a cut here at the upper bicep, 360 degrees of rotation there. And then the elbow looks like single hinge and no swivel. Is it a single hinge? It's pinless, that much I can tell you, but I think it's just a single hinge there, but no rotation, because the rotation is up here. So where in the middle of the abdomen, he has a ball joint there, so that gives him some hula it gives him 360 degrees worth of rotation as well. It lets him bend back that far. It lets him lean forward that far. And then, of course, left and right. I know those probably weren't in the correct order. At the wrist, 360 degrees of rotation there. And this one's on an in and out hinge. This one is on an up and down hinge. So very good. Nothing at the waist. At the hips. Gives you that much of the splits. He can, let's see, how far forward can he kick? He can kick approximately 90 degrees, but that is with a little bit of outswing. Backwards, about that far. So maybe about a step and a half, possibly 2 steps of his steps, of course. And then, of course, there's a cut here where the bodysuit part of the leg enters the armor, and you could probably rotate it 360 degrees, but it's a pain in the butt, and I'm not going to do it. And I don't really see anybody having any need to do that. So it looks like single hinge at the knee. It gives you that much bend, and it's on a swivel as well, and it will swivel around 360 degrees. The knee pads are a separate piece, just like the elbow pads are a separate piece. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Now at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward-facing pin for rocker. And as far as accessory storage goes, he just has to hold stuff, except for his helmet. He wears that, so that's how that looks on there. And you can see how I was talking about the helmet might make the head look a little big there. Maybe not. Definitely is skinnier than the original release. So, and then of course, he doesn't have any kind of holster for his blaster, so he has to hold that in his hand, and then no storage for this either, the hologram projector. So you just kind of have to put that in his hand, and it's not the hardest thing ever, but it's not always the easiest thing ever. So, and then you have to make sure it's facing the right direction as well. Yes, my lord. The time has come to execute Order 66. Yes, my lord. How does he know he's a Sith Lord? I don't know. Maybe it's programmed into Order 66. So there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Walmart exclusive Star Wars The Black Series Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary Retro Carded Commander Cody with Star Wars The Black Series reissue of the original Commander Cody, Star Wars The Black Series 212th Attack Battalion clone, and Star Wars The Black Series re-release of Captain Rex. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the Walmart exclusive Star Wars The Black Series 20th Anniversary of Revenge of the Sith retro carded Commander Cody, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Walmart exclusive Star Wars The Black Series Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary retro carded Commander Cody, I have to say I not long ago got the reissue of the original Commander Cody Black Series figure, and I was going to pass on this one. I was like, I've got Cody. I don't need another Cody. And probably I didn't. But when I saw this, and I actually saw this, I found this in a Walmart store hanging on the peg. It just, that packaging called to me and said, buy this figure. And I was like, okay. So my nostalgia for the packaging got the better of me in that case. And, you know, I'm kind of glad it did, because I like this figure better than that original Commander Cody. I think the paint on it is better. I would have liked to have seen some of that dirtiness on the backside. Instead, he's got, you know, spotless white armor on the back, and not like, I don't know, he's got a force field that repels dirt on his back or something. I don't know. But I would have liked to have seen it be just as grimy as the front. I think that would be fitting for this figure. And the legs probably are a little bit too clean as well. But I guess if it bothers you too much, you can always, you know, apply a little paint yourself. And I may do that. I probably won't, because I don't like the paint stuff. But there it is. I like the, you know, the gun, of course, is not something new. And the hologram may not be something new. I don't know that I have it, or have something with that hologram. I don't remember original Cody coming with it, which kind of sucks. Seems like that would be a no-brainer accessory for Commander Cody. But I remember that Revenge of the Sith Commander Cody 3 3/4 inch figure came with a little hologram to hold in his hand. So there is that. And I do have that figure. He's in my display somewhere with all the clones, and I don't think he's holding the hologram though. That's baggied up somewhere. But as far as this figure goes, I mean, I guess it just depends on whether you like Hasbro clones or not, Black Series clones. And I think this is pretty good rendition of the figure, or the character. I like it. I am glad I picked it up. And this will replace the Cody on my shelf. He will go into my small box. I do have a small box of Black Series figures that I have updated figures of. And you know, the older Cody's going to go in there, and this one's going to go on the shelf, and that is the natural order of things, I suppose. But I really like this one. If you're like me and you collected 3 3/4 Star Wars when Revenge of the Sith came out, which some of the best stuff came out in that line, and at some point maybe I'll do a video on that. I probably won't, because I don't like to do research, but maybe I will, because they're some of my favorite, especially vehicles, some of my favorite Star Wars vehicles came out of that Revenge of the Sith line. You know, we got a reissue of the gunship in a little bit different colors. We got the ARC 170. We got the V-Wing. I mean, just lots and lots of stuff, it feels like. And just, you know, the packaging for this figure just kind of brings all that back. I enjoyed that packaging when it first came out too. I thought it looked great. But you know, if you have nostalgic feelings for that packaging, stay away from the Walmart toy aisle, because if you're not planning on buying this guy, you might see it hanging on that peg just like I did. And there was 3 of them, and I think they probably come 4 to a case. So somebody beat me to one, and There were 3 still left hanging on the peg, and I almost didn't pick it up. Almost didn't, but I did. And I'm glad I did, because it just brings back all that nostalgia from that era of Star Wars, which some folks may not love, the prequel era. I like it. Clone Wars is probably the best part of it, but 20th anniversary, Revenge of the Sith. Well, that does it for the review, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.